All right, we're getting ready to start 2024 on the PCT. Tiger Lily and I, we're getting ready to head out. Our friends, Rebel, Susan, came and got us from the airport in Burbank, and we're out here. They're going to hike with us for a while. We've had a great evening. Stayed in Big Bear and ate way too much food.
Oh, yeah.
Hanging out, good ice cream. It's been a blast. So we're getting ready to head out, and we got 5 days to K-On Pass, and that'll be our first place to resupply. And we'll just see what happens from there. What'd you say?
McDonald's.
All right, say hi, guys.
Bye.
All right. The big, beautiful Joshua tree. And another one. It's gorgeous out here. Can't believe we're finally here. Isn't that cool? So we've been out here about a little over 2.5 hours, and we've done about 6 miles. So we're not moving super fast, but we're not moving super slow. We're doing pretty well. I think we feel like, you know, we're going to do fine with this, but we're not in the shape we need to be in yet, for sure. About 9 miles from where we started today to our first water, so we've got about 3 more miles to get to the water. And we got plenty of water left, so that's good. This is a perfect start. It was, in the high 30s this morning when we woke up, but it's been in the 50s, maybe low 60s, but high 50s today, and it's kind of cool out there. And so it's been perfect. Just can hike along at a good speed without overheating. And we've done a lot of climbing so far. Maybe even up to 1,000 feet so far today, but it's really leveled out, which has been good, so we're catching our breath. So a few hours ago, we were way down kind of in that direction, driving out on Highway 18. We've been hiking all day, and I don't know, we've hiked 10, 11 miles, something like that. And now we can finally see Big Bear Lake from up here, and the snow-covered mountains behind them. And we will be able to see those mountains off and on for quite a while, but we'll be able to see the lake for the rest of today, off and on, and tomorrow as well, probably. It's a long lake, and I'll maybe when we pull into camp tonight, I'll tell you about why we're here starting at Big Bear Lake and not at the southern terminus of the Pacific Crest Trail. All right, we're in camp. We did almost 14 miles today, which is definitely a little more than I thought we would get in. And I, for one, am really sore and super tired. I already took a little tiny nap, so found a great, beautiful view and place to set up the tent. So nice camp for the night, and hopefully going to sleep really, really well. Get up maybe 5 o'clock tomorrow and try to get an early start and see what's in store. Good morning. Sun is up. We are heading out. That was a great place to sleep last night. We're yeah, feeling like we had a night's sleep, which is good. Feel somewhat healed from yesterday, and looking forward to a good day today. It's kind of hard to know how day 2 is going to be. Can we go the same distance, a little further, a little less? I don't know, but it's going to be a beautiful day. Okay, so I've talked about us starting in Big Bear, and you know, most of you probably don't know the trail enough to know where Big Bear is, but Big Bear is about 266 miles from the border, from the Mexico-California border, of where the Pacific Crest Trail starts. And so instead of, you know, since we're starting so late in the year, we just decided to start here, because when you work out the timing of it all, and there's a whole bunch of stuff I won't go into, but you know, being able to get to the Sierra Mountains not too soon but not too late, with the right snow melt, and being able to get through Washington before all the snow sets in September and October. So we so anyway, we decided to start here, and then when we finish the trail up to Canada later this year, then we will have to circle back and finish this first 266 miles. So anyway, that's what we're doing here. It's been quite a different experience. Last year we came out and we tried to do this. We hiked for a month, and we started at the border, kind of the way you're supposed to. And it's really interesting. You know, this is the high desert that we're in now, and so we are still in the desert, but we're getting lots of nice pine trees and everything. It's very different and very nice way to start instead of starting in the regular desert. So it's been quite a different experience. This is a manzanita bush, and we have been passing them all day long. And last year we started, there's another one. Last year we started out and we got to this spot about 3 weeks later than we are this year. So now you can see they were having the little pink flowers on them, like right there, little pink and white flowers. And they're not ready to eat just yet. And there are some hard manzanitas on them. You can see some of these little things down here. These, but they're old and crunchy and hard. So we just missed, you know, like here in a couple of weeks or so, probably all these will be good. But excitingly for me, a little ways back, we found just 2 or 3 bushes that had ripe little manzanitas on them. And if you don't know what a manzanita is, it's basically, it tastes like a little sour apple. They're really sour, a little bit bitter. If they're perfectly ripe, then they're pretty good. But I love them. Last year I just ate scores and scores of them. Just walked along when I just them off and chew them up. It's such a treat, even something that's kind of sour and bitter. It's such a treat to just find something out here that you can eat that you're not carrying with you. So anyway, maybe I'll get lucky and find a few more. I just found a few that have just opened and are moderately ripe. So those are the little kind of, I don't know if you can see them at all, the little apple kind of, get them in the sunlight things. They're so good. Good morning. Whew, we had a great night last night. Wonderful spot. And heading off this morning, and it is brisk. And I spent way too much time outside the tent. Getting cold. It'll be a good day. All right, here's the 300-mile mark. For those of you who don't know, there are usually some kind of markers. Usually they're not like this. Usually they're just hikers have just written 300 in rocks on the ground or something. But anyway, they're usually out, and we'll stop by and take a picture with them or something. So for us, we of course started at mile 266. So we have not gone 300 miles. So every single time we see one of those, it's going to be off. But this is the last time I'll say that. You can always just deduct 266, and then you know that we'll have to come back and finish that 266 at the end of the hike. Here's our first water source for the day. Ah, look at that. So this is pretty much what our day has consisted of and will consist of most of the day. That's where we were a little while back. Now we've just spent all day going into these little areas and then coming out, going in, coming out. And we were back there just a little bit ago, and now we're coming down here. And so this trail just winds around the outside of the canyon for miles and miles. And about 12 miles from where we started this morning, we'll get to the hot springs, which is this is the deep creek that we've been following this whole time. And that's where we camped last night, by the deep creek. And the deep creek goes into this area they call hot springs. There's a little hot spring there. Last year we went and we stopped and got in the hot spring and swam around the cold water and all that for, I don't know, 3 hours. I don't know how long it was, a couple hours. But I think, unless we're really dying, we need a break. I think we're planning on skipping that this year, so we can get on through and make some miles. There's hot springs over there. Cool waterfall, and there's some people sitting down in the spring. It's hard to tell where everybody's at, but anyway, yeah, we're just cruising by. We're not going to stop. A lot of people there, and it is hot. It's close to 95 right now, and we just want to get where we're going. So if you want to know more about the hot springs, you can look back at a video from last year. So yeah, it's really hot. It's I think a little over 95 right now, and under the umbrella, my little thermometer says it's around 88. So that's a big difference. And not only that, it feels way cooler than 88 because I don't have that hat on. And so there's a little breeze out here, and that breeze can hitting all that sweat on my head, making it a lot cooler than 88. So it's still really hot, but this is better. So I used to think these sun umbrellas were kind of dumb, but for something like this out here in the desert, hiking day after day in this kind of heat, it's a lifesaver. I wouldn't hike without one. Cool bridge down there that we will be crossing in a while. It's about 4 miles to our next water, and I think that water is somewhere close to that bridge. Looks real close, but it's going to take a couple hours to get there. So if you look real closely, you can see tiger lily up ahead. All right, let's get to that water. Wow, look at the snow. Well, we're getting at least towards the end of finishing up all this very hot hike, and my thermometer is registering about 100 now. Down there where Deep Creek comes through again, we're going to eventually have to get down there and do a river crossing. Now, last year when we did it, it was about chest high, so we had to take our packs off and kind of try to lift them over our head and wade through the water, dodge the deep spots. So we'll see how that works this year. We're definitely looking forward to, oh yeah, obviously that's a huge dam over there. we're looking forward to getting in the water though and being out of the heat. Well, it is the next day and it's a beautiful morning. We got down off the hot mountain yesterday and to that, chest high water crossing we thought we were going to have to do, and apparently this year not much water flow because it was about maybe 18 inches deep at best. So it was good, cooled us off, helped our feet get a little less inflamed. So and then we hiked another 3/4 of a mile, something like that, and came to a road, and there was a sign there that for $5 this guy would come pick you up, take you into, it was like a bar and grill, and you could get a deli sandwich, and if you wanted you could just tent out back. So anyway, we did that, and he just dropped us off this morning, and it was good to have a real sandwich, so that was nice. But oh my gosh, there were these security lights flashing off and on all night long, waking us up, dogs barking constantly, like right 20-30 feet away from us. So it was probably not the best decision, but hey, experiences, that's what this is all about. So anyway, we're out this morning. We've only gone 1/4 mile, and we're gonna come across a big old lake today. Last year we came through on a weekend and a lake was filled with people. I expect, since it's right after Memorial Day here, that there won't be anybody much out there. So we'll see what's in store. You see that beautiful moon up there? Our shady morning is just about ready to turn into a sunny, hot day. And there we are in the sun. Woo, it's a lot warmer. Feels good right now. Tiger Lily walked right past that and jumped and immediately said, "Hurry, come past fast." But I stopped. Anyway, I don't know what that is. Don't recognize it. It does not appear to have a rattle. So we'll have to look that up later and figure out what kind of snake it is. Now I'm going to try to go past and see if it gets freaked out, and hopefully we're all okay. Bye, buddy. That's our first snake this year. 4 days in. Woohoo! It's I don't know, approaching 11 o'clock, and it's been 90 degrees plus since about probably 8:30. So I'm using my umbrella again. Hoping it holds out. Yesterday, it was super windy when we had him out, and this is Tiger Lily's old one that's kind of broken anyway, and the tines or little ribs or whatever you want to call them pop out, and I've tried to sort of cement them in and do some things, and it's all a temporary fix. So anyway, it was kind of falling all apart yesterday when we got done, but I patched it back up and got through today. At one point I went through some trees that were a little tight, and it scraped it and popped one of the tines out, but I got it going again. So it's not a very windy day, so it's an awesome day for using it. So fingers crossed. The good thing is, I think that maybe once we get done with the desert, which is around mile 700 when we get to Kennedy Meadows South, I will probably not use it anymore. I don't really need an umbrella for the rain. I've got good rain gear and stuff, and so, you know, once I don't need it for the heat like this, very likely I'll send it home. So if I can just get by for a few hundred miles, we'll see if I can. All right, we just came up from there, and boom, Silverwood Lake. Yeehaw. Unfortunately, we really don't get down close to the lake. We could, but it's a bunch of work, so we will be hiking all the way around. I'm not even sure how far, but I mean like all the way that way and all the way that way, right? Oh, Tiger Lily says just off to the right. That makes it seem like it's not very long. It seemed long last time. Anyway, beautiful. Last time we were here, we were thinking maybe it was Father's Day. There were a trillion people, and now there's nobody.